Hey everybody, Bam Collectibles here, back for another statue unboxing review for you. The art box on this bad boy is awesome, and what do we do with awesome art boxes? We use them to entertain the people. On the bottom of the base, we can see this is made by Top Studio, coming in at number 3 of 88 total made in the United States of America. Be sure to stick around to the end for details on how you can have a chance to win this authentic resin statue of Tsunade by Model Palace. This bad boy is extremely heavy and all in one giant piece, so I'm going to try to hold it up as best as my puny muscles can. Very cool looking metal plate on the front for the name, and I do like that red trim all around the base. Mixed in with the rock, we'll also see some smaller Amaterasu flames. Now those are painted in a very dark purple. The ones we'll see coming here are the larger versions of those, which will be perched up in the back. These are not as dark, but still dark purple. It attaches to the base with that large round magnet, and we'll see the texture here is very smooth, and then it gets a little bit textured the higher we get to the flames. When attaching these flames to the base, I did want to showcase really quick that there's actually a certain section right here where you will put a flame inside of a flame. So just so you understand how that's connecting together, I wanted to show it off. This statue is not taken directly from any scene in the show, but more of an artistic interpretation of his complete form of his Susanoo, not to be confused with the Indra's version of it. If you can't tell already with the size of these flames, this bad boy is about to get huge once we add that complete form of Susanoo onto here. Before we install that, there will be a few more effect pieces that we need to get onto this base. This is a nice kind of purple shaded dusting or cloud that is attached to this left part. This right side piece has a rock attached to it, and if you flip it around to the side, you'll see it actually almost looks like a piece had broken off. It kind of scared me at first, as if I dropped it or did some damage to it, but that is naturally how it was painted. This last piece looks like an extension of the Amaterasu flames, but it is a more lighter shade of purple, and it goes right next to the foot of Susanoo later on. So I'm not sure if it's kind of chakra coming from Susanoo or if it is Amaterasu flames. I'm going to go with Amaterasu flames for now, though. Hey, there he is. So with the shading, they went for more of a kind of a pinkish color tone for him. It's not exactly purple. It is purple, but it's more pinkish. And one of the coolest things about this statue by them is the fact that there is texturing all throughout, just like those Amaterasu flames. For the most part, it looks like the sections that were made of cloth have the textured feel, and the sections that are armor have more of that smooth feel to it. I know it always looks so odd when I showcase these without having their hands and heads on, but because they were sculpted separately, I want to be sure to showcase and give them a little bit more spotlight as I can. These sections here are where we will later attach the wings to his back. All in all, I'm most impressed of all the details packed into here and how much of them you can actually see. When something is casted of just clear resin, sometimes all the details get lost in that, and the way that they shaded it allowed you to appreciate all of it. Talk about the head. For some reason, and you're going to have to tell me, maybe I'm seeing it wrong, but it actually looks a bit smaller than I would imagine it being. And for some reason, all the different details that are packed in here, it seems to get more drowned out than the rest of the Susanoo. Job with things being accurate, having this tip of the wing look like almost the handle of a katana. They go on very nicely, and because the seam lines up with where the rope is, it's very difficult to tell that this is even sculpted separate. As I've said before in many of my reviews, I absolutely love it when they include parts that are made of actual material. So this is a die-cast metal sword, and it's actually very sharp on the end. If I had a piece of paper handy, I would slice right through it just to show you, but unfortunately I don't. For this statue came with a metal plaque, and I love this acrylic case. It has some magnets on the side that help it to stay into place. We'll see Sasuke's Rinnegan on the back. Flipping it back around front, we'll see Top Studios logo as well as that edition number as well. And if you look extremely close, you'll see the goofball behind this channel, and I really enjoyed the quality of this certificate of authenticity. I normally don't talk about the negative too much in a statue because it could be an opinion, but for this one, I did have to say, those magnets on the shoulder pads, they did kind of get to me. They stood out a bit too much, and I think that could have been done better. From now through 75,000 subscribers, there is a giveaway going on for an awesome, authentic resin statue of Tsunade by Model Palace. To participate, all you have to do is take the time to write a meaningful comment on videos released between July 1st, 2020 and the day I hit 75,000 subscribers. A random comment will be selected from a random video during those dates to select the winner. Hey you, members, yeah, I'm talking to you. Thank you so much for all you do to support this channel. I'm so grateful to have such an awesome base of people kind of behind me, pushing me forward all along the way with encouraging comments, words, and all the support. I am just endlessly thankful for all that you do. I know I may say this too often, but you know what? Get over it. Thank you everybody for coming back to watch my videos, for supporting this channel, everything that we stand for. What a journey it has been, and it wouldn't be the same without sharing it with each and every one of you. If you are enjoying my content and haven't taken the time to subscribe, I would encourage you to consider doing so, maybe slapping that notification bell. But as always, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Do what you love and love what you do. Bam out.